In The Art of Learning, a book by Joshua Waitzkin, he talks about a theory that was suggested by Carol Dweck, a researcher, who said that there are two types of personality when it comes to peak performance. There are people who view their identity as fixed, aka they're good or bad at something from birth. I'm good at math, I'm not really good at drawing. And then there are people who express their success and their failure as a result of how much effort they've put in to achieve that success or failure. And these people he calls incremental theorists. There's one thing that Josh says in the book, which is very smart kids with entity theories tend to be far more brittle when challenged than kids with learning theories who would be considered not quite as sharp. In fact, some of the brightest kids prove to be the most vulnerable to becoming helpless because they feel the need to live up to and maintain a perfectionist image that is easily and inevitably shattered. So he talks about a study in the book where there was two groups of children. One were incremental theorists and the other ones were entity theorists, aka fixed identity. They were both presented in the first stage with an easy math problem. All of them succeeded, breezed through it, no problem. Second stage, they were both presented with a difficult math problem, a problem that there was no chance they could complete. The growth mindset people were very excited to take it on and kind of try to find a solution versus the fixed mindset people, their identity subconsciously started to feel threatened. And so they got a lot more frustrated. Where it gets interesting, though, is the third stage of the experiment, where both groups were presented with a third problem that was this time easy as the first one. But the group that had a fixed mindset all of a sudden was struggling to solve the easy problem. So it's almost like the failure of that second problem, the challenge to their identity, the fact that they didn't go through it as well as they thought they should have, basically threw them off and they were no longer able to perform the way they wanted to. And so this is really important for us when we live our lives, because how do we define ourselves? Are we good because this is who we are? Or are we good because we've worked hard for it? The moment you adopt a fixed mindset of like, this is who I am, I'm just not that creative, I'm just not a runner, I'm not made for this, those statements really prevent you from getting better in all areas of life. So try to pay attention to them. And if we can, rephrase them to like, hey, but I bet that if I put in the work, I could get the results I want. This is the mindset we want to cultivate over time.